Hello, everyone, and welcome to CD 100 Child Growth and Development. My name is Emma Herzog, and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. In today's video, I just wanted to introduce myself as well as give you a few things that you need to know to get started on this online asynchronous course. So just as a reminder, this course is 6 weeks, so we will be running from January 6th to February 15th. And I just wanted to give you a warm welcome. So I thought I'd start off by introducing myself a little bit. So hello and welcome. A little bit about me. So you can refer to me if you are sending me a message in Canvas or via email as Miss Emma, Miss Herzog, Professor Emma. I'm okay with any of these variations. They all work best for me. And just a little bit about myself. So I am a former infant and toddler and preschool care teacher. So I did that for about 8 years, and I have been a college instructor for about 3 years. And I just finished up my first year actually at VVC. So I'm a newer instructor, but some of you have probably had me in person before, either in the spring or in this past fall. So yay, 2025, new year for us. So I look forward to having you all in this class. And if I've had you before, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. And a few of my interests within the field are mental health-based areas. I really enjoy nature-based learning. When I was getting my master's degree, I studied nature-based learning and looked into infant and toddler areas of development and how they are benefited from spending time in nature. I also am really interested in classroom curriculum. So you might have me in CD 150 in the future, or you may have already previously had me. I also really enjoy family engagement, so learning about families and how we can support them inside and outside the classroom setting. And a few of my hobbies, I enjoy traveling with my family. You'll see that I have a picture here with my mom and brother. This was from a recent trip that we went on when we traveled through Europe, so that was a really enjoyable time for us. And I love to work out and spend time getting my exercise in, whether it's at the gym or outdoors. I love to spend time going on walks or hiking with my dog. And I've included a picture with me and her. She is my pride and joy. Her name is Luna. We spend lots of time together when I'm not working or out adventuring. And I included a picture of some flowers that I took. I like photography and doing arts and crafts type of things. So those are just a few things about me and a little bit about my life. And you'll also be doing a welcome get to know me post. So that's going to be one of your first assignments is helping us to get to know each other a little bit. It's always harder when we are just behind the screen working on Canvas, doing our own things independently to get to know each other. And so one of the ways that I like to get to know you is have you do a discussion post. So you'll be updating your Canvas profile with an image of you so that I can see what you look like, as well as telling us a little bit about yourselves. And then you're going to be commenting and interacting with your peers. And I'll show you a little bit about that in just a moment. So for the remainder of this video, I am going to be going over the course. So we're going to start with looking at Canvas. I'm going to talk about the syllabus, and then I'm also going to discuss assignments. I would highly, highly recommend, if you do not already have this app, getting the Canvas Student app on your mobile phone. It's helpful when I send out announcements. It also provides you with updates on your phone about when things are due. It just helps you to keep better track of this course or any other courses that you might have through the university. So I do highly recommend getting this. However, I will let you know that it's very important that you also have another way of opening documentation, because sometimes if you're only using the app, it doesn't always allow you to download things or to work on documents or to access everything that Canvas has to offer, such as uploading assignments and things like that. So if you're having difficulty in locating certain PowerPoint features or aspects about the course just using the mobile app, that might be the issue. And I would recommend getting onto a browser such as Google Chrome or such as Safari. So that might be where you're having difficulties. But at any point, if you're having further difficulties related to accessing Canvas, sending me emails, or locating any of the material, it's important that you reach out to the IT department on campus and they can better direct you. Unfortunately, I do not have any access when it comes to issues related to Canvas, but if you do have direct questions related to course assignments, the syllabus, or just how to access my modules, that's something that I can definitely help you out with. So let's start off by first looking at the course. And so I've pulled up here on my screen what the Canvas course should look like. And so the first module that I have is just a welcome module. So this has some information that is on your syllabus already. And I've also included a link to the syllabus specifically. So we're going to go over that in just a bit. But these are just some getting started tips on how to best support you. So staying up to date with emails and announcements, which I will send out weekly. So every Monday, I will send out a weekly announcement that will recap what is on the syllabus and what is expected of you that week. So that announcement will talk about what assignments are due, what readings do you have, what is information that you need to know to be successful for that week. And then every Friday, or I will just post a little comment on there saying, hey, just a friendly reminder, these are the information pieces that you need to stay up to date with. If you missed the first message, here's a reminder for you. So all assignments will have the same weekly due date. Everything will be due Sundays, 11:59 p.m., and that's indicated on the syllabus. You'll also see that in each assignment, there's a due date. So for example, if we're looking here, at the optional extra credit, I have a due date for the last day of the semester. And in each module, you'll see that every assignment has their own individual due dates as well as what's expected for each assignment. So it's really important that you start off the course by reviewing this welcome module. So contact your instructor in office hours. That information is important for you to know how to best contact me. Where can you find my information? My best form of communication is definitely going to be using the Canvas Messenger. It's easy for me to locate. It keeps a thread of our messages, but if you need to, you can always reach out to me via email. And if you do need to set up time for office hours, we would need to do that at a specific day and time that works best for both of us. I don't have scheduled office hours during this winter session. However, I'm happy to meet with you during my working hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You'll just need to let me know ahead of time so that I can check my schedule. I have included a very helpful resource that I highly recommend that you check out if you're not familiar with APA or empirical articles. This is something that we're going to be utilizing throughout this course. I will be expecting you to write papers with APA formatting as well as research articles that are going to be covered within some of the assignments. I will expect you to use APA formatting and look for certain research articles. And so it's important that you know what that is and how to find those things. So I recommend looking at those resources. Now, this is a link to the YouTube channel. So all of your lectures will have a PowerPoint with audio files, and then I will also be recording a video. And so you'll have two ways that you can view lectures. You can listen to the YouTube video, and you can also pull up the PowerPoints that have the slides and the audio. So there's different ways that you can locate and access the material for this course, but this is just a general link to the YouTube channel, and it will have all of the videos that you need for all the lectures. And here's a link to your syllabus, the textbooks that is expected, excuse me. And then this is just the course learning outcomes and the student learning outcomes. So each of your assignments and expectations will follow along with those guidelines. Now you'll see here that I have a module with optional extra credit. So this is one of the areas that you can complete assignments in, and you'll be able to do this all the way through the entire semester. Everything for extra credit will be due the last day of the semester. And as you'll notice, each of the weekly modules will follow a similar format. So for example, you'll see that I'll have the week listed, so week 1, and we'll go all the way through week 6. Then you will see the title, and everything in the modules matches what is on your syllabus. So when you look at your syllabus and you see the weekly course schedule, it will reflect what is here on the modules on Canvas. And so I've indicated what the days are for this week, as well as what your lectures are. So this lecture that we're listening to right now is called Welcome to Class. So that is where that one is located. But if you're watching this, you've already found it. And then this first week, you'll be listening to the study of child development as well as developmental theories. And then for readings and assignments, your syllabus, chapter 1, your get to know me assignment. So I'm just going to quickly show you what that looks like. This is a discussion board style assignment. And so you are going to be updating your Canvas profile. So the way to do that is by clicking here on the left-hand side tab on account. And you'll see that when you click on account, you'll be able to click on your profile. And once you click on your profile, you can click this little icon right here and you can edit your photo. So that's something that you'll be doing for this assignment, is editing your photo. And then the remaining portion of this assignment is going to be asking you to answer a few questions. So you're going to be posting a short bio about yourself. So just a few things about you. I've included a couple different options of what you might want to talk about. So it could be related to your interests within the field, some hobbies that you might have. So you'll notice that when I introduced myself, I talked a little bit about my hobbies, my interests in the field, just things about myself. I included photos on mine, but you are not required to do that. However, you're always welcome to add photos if you would like to for the get to know me. And then the last step on this assignment is going to be to comment on at least 2 peers' posts and provide feedback and thoughtful areas of discussion so you can ask them questions. And so this will be the entire assignment for the Get to Know Me, and that is going to be your first week's expectation. So Get to Know Me as well as Activity Discussion 1. And so for Activity Discussion 1, and the remaining activity discussions, you will read what is expected, and then you will click on the reply area. And every single discussion post that you are expected to do will require you to make your own post and then comment on your peers. So I'm going to show you what activity discussion 1 looks like. And then the remaining discussions after that are going to follow a similar format. You're just going to be doing different things for each discussion. So you'll notice here that we're focusing on the first week's area. So developmental theories, that's our topic for the week. And for this discussion post specifically, you're going to be finding 2 theorists within your textbook, and you're going to be utilizing your textbook to write this. So I will expect to see page numbers and utilization of the textbook, and then you're going to discuss the following questions. And step 3 of every discussion post will always be to read and comment on 2 classmates' posts. And you'll notice with the activity discussions that you will not be able to comment on your peers' posts until you have posted your own discussion. So if you go in to look at the assignment and you can't see anybody else's posts, it's likely that you haven't uploaded your own discussion board post yet. So you'll need to post your own variation of what you're doing for the assignment. And then once you've posted, you'll be able to see your peers' comments, and then you will be able to comment on theirs. And so moving forward with week 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you'll see a similar format. At the top, you'll see lectures, and then indicated here are the different lectures that you're expected to look at. So let's just take a peek and see what that is so that you can understand that better. So you'll notice here that I say, please review the following lecture slides, and I've included a PowerPoint. You can click on this and open it here. However, if you do not download this PowerPoint, you will not be able to click and listen to the icons. So if you want to listen to the icons, you'll need to actually download the video onto your own device. I've also included in every slide the link for the YouTube channel. So when you go click on the link for the YouTube channel, it will take you to here, and this has our course, Child Development 100, and you'll notice here that there are all the videos with every single lecture. So if I was looking for the genetics lecture, I'd find it here. If I was looking for prenatal development, I'd find it here. So these have the same exact slides that you would find on your PowerPoints. I am just doing it in a walkthrough video. So you can either listen to it on the video on YouTube, you can download the PowerPoint and listen to each icon on the slides. There are many different ways that you might go about viewing lectures, and that is completely up to you how you want to do it. Alrighty, so moving forward, you'll see the lectures, readings and assignments, quizzes. So another assignment that you're going to have are quizzes. And so when you go to take the quiz, you will not have any time limit. You will have 2 options, 2 availability options to take the quiz. So 2 tries and no time limit. It's really important that you are utilizing your textbook and your lectures to complete quizzes. So it's very important that you get the textbook. If you do not have access to the textbook, it's going to be difficult for you to complete assignments, because I am expecting you to know knowledge from not only the textbook, but from your lecture notes. And so that's why you have unlimited time, so that you can be sure that you are hitting on all of those points. And when I do ask you to reference the textbook, I need specific page numbers. So that helps me to know that you are utilizing the text. On the quizzes, I am not expecting you to have certain page numbers. You just need to know the material, and every quiz will follow along with each of the readings. So quiz 1 will follow along with chapters listed here. And so you will notice that each quiz will follow along with the expected chapters each week. And the next assignments that you'll have, so I'm just moving forward. Again, week 3 has similar areas, lectures, readings, and assignments. You will also be doing observation papers, so that will include 2 of them. Your first observation paper will be covering infant and toddler development, and your second one will be covering, preschool development, so early childhood. So when you click on the observation paper link here, this is a paper format. So this is something that you will be uploading. And notice here that I have in big bold letters that you need to make sure that when you upload your file, that no additional downloading is needed on my end. So when you go to add your assignment in, to upload a file, I should not have to download this file onto my own computer. I should be able to view it on Canvas. So when I open up Canvas and I click on grading, I should be able to see your paper right there on Canvas. If you're having difficulty with that, please reach out to me before assignments are due so I can best support you. And that goes for any assignment. If you're reading through the guidelines, looking at the syllabus, looking at lectures, and you have a question about something, it's important that you reach out to me during my working hours. And if you reach out to me on the weekend, just know that I'll be answering it the next business day. But answering questions regarding assignments, that is something that I want you to ask me ahead of time. So before assignments are due, Monday through Friday, that is your time to ask me questions. So for example, if you're not understanding what I'm asking for the guidelines, ask me ahead of time. I'm here to support you. I've tried to make the guidelines easily accessible for you, so hopefully all the guidelines make sense. But again, sometimes just on an online class, it's not as easily accessible in terms of knowing how to go through assignments. So for your observation papers, the style for observation paper 1 and observation 2 are going to be the same. You're just going to be focusing on different areas. So the first thing you're going to do is be choosing a video. So I've included videos here of areas of development, and you're going to watch the video, and then you're going to be looking out for different developmental areas that you see: cognitive development, social emotional development, physical development, and then you're going to be writing a reflective paper. And so in this reflective paper, you are going to be answering questions about the child's development, what you notice, what you see, and if you don't see something, let me know that. And so you're going to be answering questions in these different developmental areas. And then you're going to be utilizing your textbook as well. So it's important that you review these questions ahead of time. Having these questions reviewed ahead of time and having them up while you're watching the video will best benefit you. I'd recommend reviewing the video first and seeing what you notice. And then pulling up the questions and watching the video simultaneously. So then you can note down, do I notice this while I'm watching the video? Do I see these things? And you might have to watch the video a couple times. The good thing is the videos are not very long. They're less than 5 minutes. And so you can rewatch them over and over again as needed. And so something that we do in child development is we observe. And the great thing about having access to videos is that we can watch them over and over again. Because when we're doing it real time in a classroom, or if we're working as a therapist, for example, and we need to observe children's behaviors, we're not always going to get the opportunity to rewatch and see the same things happening. And so I highly recommend that you utilize this time to rewatch the video. If you didn't see something the first time around, it might be because you were focusing on another area, and that's okay. That's why they're here for you to rewatch. And once you write down your reflection of this, it's important that you also make sure that you include a conclusion. But throughout the entire process of writing, you should be utilizing your textbook. You should be referencing back to your textbook to see, do I notice these things? And note that there are specific words in here that you'll see within your textbook. So object permanence, reflexes, different types of communication speech. So those are things that are included in your textbook. And so you'll need to make sure that you're including referencing while you're writing this observation paper. And the style for observation paper 2 is exactly the same. Some of the questions vary just because of the developmental area changing from infants, toddlers to early childhood, and the videos will be changing as well. But the format is exactly the same in what I'm expecting you to do. Alrighty. Oops, hold on. So I don't have to stop the video. I'm just going to grab my charger here. I realized that my computer is dying, and I've already gotten this far in the video, and this is real time. And if I was in person, this is how we would be doing it. I'd have to pause for a second. So giving you some real time. Same with me getting a drink of water. Those are real things that happen, and it would be frustrating to have to restart the video over and over again. Okay, so perfect. Now my computer is not going to run out of battery. Okay, so I went over the observation papers, assignments related to the quizzes and activity discussions. And then the last type of assignment that you'll be expected to do is a topic handout. And so I'm going to show you what that looks like here. And there'll be 2 topic handouts, same style, just different brackets of development. So for your topic handouts, this is a visually appealing handout. And so this is something, imagine you are in a waiting room, or you're in an elevator, you're in an office somewhere, you're looking at the bulletin board outside of the child development space on campus, and you see a visually appealing handout, and it has information on it, and you can quickly look at that. Maybe it has a link to something that you could click, or a QR code. Maybe it has contact information to somebody, but this is a visually appealing handout. And so in this, I want you to focus on one of the age areas. So for the first one, infant and toddler, early childhood. And then for the second one, you're going to be focusing on either middle childhood or adolescence. And so you're going to choose a topic related to the developmental area age bracket that you're focusing on. So I included a couple different examples of topics that you might choose. So maybe you want to focus on infants and toddlers and nutrition, or maybe you wanted to focus on the importance of spending time outdoors. So that's something that's really interesting to me. And I recommend choosing a topic that's interesting to you, not only something that supports what we're learning about in our textbook, but also something that you want to explore, because you're going to be finding 2 resources to support your knowledge on this topic. So you're going to be looking into research on outdoor play, research on nutrition, research on the quality of childcare or schools, and how it supports this area of development, as well as supports working with different professionals in the field. So this visually appealing handout is going to be used as an educational resource. So you're thinking about if a parent was going to look at this, caregivers, teachers, or other professionals working with children. So maybe you wanted to focus on therapeutic play-based learning. And so you're going to target people who work in therapy, or maybe you wanted to target folks who are working with children in a hospital type of setting. So anybody who's working with young children in a professional setting, or parents or caregivers, you're going to create a visually appealing handout for them. So this handout should include key terms, research, data, different tips and strategies, and it also should include imagery, and again, be visually appealing. So when I look at this, I want to see photos, I want to see color, I want to see that there's organization, that is not just a written paper. So feel free to include different bubble areas, feel free to include bullet points. So however you want to make this up, let your creativity run with this one. So if I was focusing on outdoor play, maybe I'm going to talk about different types of things that I want parents to be doing. Or at school, here are different areas of development that support children by spending time outdoors. So you're going to be thinking about what topic is interesting to you and what age bracket you're going to focus on. And so then you're going to find resources, and one of these needs to be an empirical article. And so if you're still not sure about what an empirical article is, make sure that you go back to the original module that I showed you at the beginning of this video, where I have a link to that there. And so you're going to be using that empirical article to talk about research. So maybe you're looking into how outdoor play benefits children's emotional development or mental health, and your research article touches on this. And so the research and data show different points on the importance of spending time outdoors. And so you use that research and data in your visually appealing handout. Now, your other resource can either be another empirical article with research or data, or it could be something else. So maybe you want to include a video, maybe you found a journal peer-reviewed article, maybe you found a book that you want to include, or different organizations that you want to include. So there's all different types of resources out there. One of them needs to be an empirical article, and the second one is your choice, whatever you want it to be. So maybe in addition to my empirical research on the benefits of outdoor play, I also include a book that I feel like would be beneficial for teachers to have that talk about nature. And so you're going to make sure that you use APA citing. So for example, if I am citing data related to the importance of spending time outdoors, I want to make sure that I cite that properly. Anytime you are using outside research, I want you to use APA formatting throughout this course. And so that will include an in-text citation as well as a reference page. And so for this, you're going to want to make sure that you have a title. So if I'm going to be doing outdoor play, I might say benefits of outdoor play. And then I want to make sure that I have the reference page at the bottom. So you can include just the reference at the bottom of the page, or if you wanted to include a separate one. And mainly you're just including a title, name, course, and date so that I have record that this is your work. And so that can be, in the corner of your work, or if you wanted to make it bold, whatever works best for you. And then you're going to answer these questions. So in your handout, I should see that these questions are somehow answered. And it doesn't need to be in a written paper format, but I need to see that these things were focused on. So what is your topic? So if I'm going to be talking about outdoor play, tell me, what is outdoor play? What does that look like? If I'm going to be talking about children who have special needs, am I going to be focusing on special needs related to physical disabilities and developmental delays related to physical development? Am I focusing on cognitive areas? So what is the topic? So explain a little bit about what your topic is and make sure that it focuses on the developmental age bracket. So if I wanted to focus on special needs, this could be covering infants and toddlers all the way through adolescence and adulthood. But you need to make sure that you are choosing one developmental age bracket. So for topic handout 1, it's infants and toddlers or early childhood. And for topic handout 2, it's middle childhood or adolescence. So I need to make sure that I'm including not only what the topic is, but how it supports the certain age group that I'm focusing on. And then why is this topic important to talk about with caregivers, professionals? So this doesn't need to be, again, a paragraph, but a few sentences, some key tips. So again, this is a handout that you might see or a poster board that you might see. And then I also want you to describe an activity that adults could do with children that includes the interrelatedness of the domains of development that pertain to your topic. And so what I mean by that is, for example, if I'm doing outdoor play, maybe I give an example of what we could do outside. So maybe I say, hey, here's an example of how I might use one of my resources. If I wanted to bring a book out as one of my resources, here's how you can do reading outside with young children. Or if I wanted to focus on nutrition, here's how to get your child interested in eating foods that they might not like. If I wanted to focus on quality of childcare in schools, here's a way that you and your child can better connect with your teacher. And so I use the term activity loosely because some of your topics might not require an activity per se, but an interaction or exchange between adults and children. And so think about ways that you can engage with them. If you wanted to focus on emotions and behaviors, what is maybe a game that you could play to help a child to identify their emotions or to work in a group collaboratively with their peers? So really thinking about ways that you can help adults support children and work on these areas of development while still working on focusing on that topic area. And so if you wanted to review topics with me ahead of time, or even send me articles or empirical research that you're thinking about using, you're more than welcome to do that. So send me things ahead of time. If you're not sure, ask me, okay? And I'm happy to help. So for topic handout 1 and 2, those will be the expectations, and you will upload a file here. And then think that is all on Canvas that I wanted to show you. So those are the expectations for this course. It's really important that you review everything ahead of time. So each assignment will have their own individual modules. And now Uh-oh. Looks like my power just went out in my house. My apologies for that. That was unexpected. I know there's been some high winds that have been occurring recently, so hopefully that doesn't happen again and we're all good to go. Last but not least, though, I did want to share the syllabus with you. So pretty much everything that I talked about is on your syllabus, but this is just one document that helps to encompass everything. So it's really important that if you have questions